Okay, for this second video on assembling the catapult, I'm going to recommend that after you make sure that you have your thumbtack in place, that you've right-clicked and grounded this piece, that I'm going to start by putting these joists onto this piece here. So, and it can be handy to have the catapult nearby so you can take a look at it. But to do this, we are going to go to the constrain tool up at the top here. Click on that and release. And we're not going to do anything else with anything in here at this time. So the idea is we have to get three parts or sides of this joist to attach in to stick to this slot here. And a couple of tools I'm going to highly recommend are making sure, or I should say shortcuts, are scrolling your mouse wheel up and down to zoom in and zoom out. It is really helpful, very beneficial to see what you're looking at. If you hold down on that mouse wheel, you are able to pan around the screen. And the other option that's not as well known but is very useful is to hold down the shift key and then push down on that scroll wheel on your mouse, and that allows you to orbit. And this is going to be extremely beneficial for you as we begin this. Okay, remember to zoom in as well. Okay, so after I've clicked constrain, I want to get this side to go on here. I have a lot of options. So the first one I think I'm going to do is take this little square here. Okay, be sure to click on the side, the surface of this, the face we call it, and not the edge. Okay, so I'm going to click on this face. I clicked once and there's a little arrow there pointing up. So I want that face to go into this. So to get it in where I want, I'm going to zoom. Actually, I'm going to pan. I'm going to hold shift, push down on my mouse wheel, and I'm going to rotate slightly. And then I'm going to aim at this, and I'm going to start to zoom. And I'm going to shift a little more. Shift a little more. And this piece right here, this is the top side of that insert. There's another square. I'm going to click it, and you hear a little snapping sound. That means my piece snapped to it. Now, I'm going to hit apply. A lot of you are going to say that doesn't look anything like it should, and you're correct. We're gonna fix that in a moment. So what it did was it aligned that square to that little square surface inside there. So technically it did what I told it to, but that's still not what we want. We're going to hit constrain again, and this time I'm going to click on this face here. You can click over here, you can click here. It doesn't matter where really, but I'm going to click this here, and now I'm going to shift because I want that face to attach to this face here. Hit apply. Okay, so there it is. Now you're thinking, hey, I'm done, it looks great. Well, let's close this and take a look. If we click and drag on this, notice how it moves back and forth yet. So we're not completely done. Take it, slide it away from there. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to orbit slightly. And I'm going to hit constrain. And I want to zoom in and click on this face here. And now if you look at your model that you have in front of you, your prototype, you would know that that face needs to touch up with that face right there. Hit apply, close it, and if you zoom out and click on it and try to move it, you'll notice that it is not going anywhere. So that is exactly what we want to do. I'll demonstrate one more time kind of quickly. So what I want to do is do the same thing. So I'm going to hit constrain. I'll do it a different order this time just to show that it works in many ways. I'll take this face. I'll click on it. I'm going to actually I don't even need to rotate it. I'll just stick it on this one right here. Okay. I'm going to hit apply. Close it. Okay, now you're going to say, well, that's not quite what we wanted. Well, it did, again, what we wanted to by putting those faces on there. So now I'm going to hit constrain, and I'm going to take this little corner, that little square that we did first last time, and we are going to touch that up to this one right here. Hit apply, orbit and look, close it, click and drag on it. Okay, one more step to go. I like to drag it away just to help me to see it better. I'm going to rotate slightly and zoom in on this here. I'm going to rotate out, and I want that to stick right there and hit apply. Okay, continue to do this. You need this other green one down here, and using the same method, you'll need this yellow one up here. Now this yellow one's a little tricky because it has to line up into this slot here. So to demonstrate that, I'll just show you. I would probably align this face first. That would go down into here. Hit apply. Now don't panic because it doesn't look right. I know, I absolutely agree with you. It doesn't look right, but we know that this face here needs to touch somewhere right about here. See how nicely it spun that around? Hit apply, and then I'm going to rotate slightly and say, oh, click on it and say, okay, it still moves front to back. So I think my best bet is going to be, let me just make sure I look at this correctly. So that's in there nicely. I want to line up, I think I want to get these faces to touch. That looks like it'll be okay. Okay, so I'm going to drag that out of there. And I'm learning this too with you. This is my first time doing this. This right here can touch this surface. And I believe we have it. Wow, look at that. Okay, nicely done. I'm going to end this recording because it's gone on too long. Finish this one up right here. And don't forget to save. And we will have another video showing you how to do the rest of this.